All right. Fantastic, you guys. So I wanted you all to hear it from the co-owners, Mr. Alejandro Diaz de Leon. So let's go ahead and talk about this money. You guys know that I'm all about the rules. So when they posted this on, it was Saturday, I said, okay, I gotta wait all the way to Monday to hear these rules. So I was able to give the rules. So let's go ahead and talk about this. This incentive is built around the supervisor position, and it is to help families thrive, okay? So one thing we need to know, we got to know the rules to play the game. So let's go ahead and read them. The new supervisor incentive USA and Caribbean islands. So that would probably mean that this particular promotion is only going to be for US and Caribbean distributors, okay? Now it says Ardysslife is giving out a guaranteed check or either $600 or $1,000 to those distributors who become new Ardysslife supervisors during July 2020. This 30-day incentive will serve the mission of helping families thrive, okay? Now, who can participate? Active Ardysslife distributors who are advisors or coordinators as of the month of June 2020 and have never reached the rank of supervisor during their career in Ardysslife. All right. How can I earn the guaranteed check? Now, key phrase here, you guys, is how can I earn the guaranteed check? Okay. Now, distributors will need to complete the following requirements. Number one, complete your personal purchase requirement of 100 points or more. Okay. So that simply means here in Ardyss that whatever we do, because we're on a point system, because we have different countries that are a part of Ardyss and there are different currencies, so we operate on a point system. So if you have 100 points, it typically is equivalent to $100. Okay, it just depends on which points you're talking about, okay, because there are different types of points that mean different things. But okay, in this case, we're going to talk about $100 will equal 100 points as per example, right? So this would mean your products would equal that. So if we're looking at 4 bottles of regular Lviv at 25 points each, then that would be 100 points, and that would cost $25 per bottle, so $100. All right. Okay. Now, number 2, achieve supervisor rank with the 50% rule. I will be breaking that down. Okay. So don't worry, we're going to hit all of this. All right. So that's to achieve supervisor rank with 50% rule. Number 3, personally recruit 3 new distributors during July with the $300 power pack. Very, very important, okay, because there are 3 ways to join Ardyss, but you must recruit 3 new distributors with the $300 power pack. All right. Now, number 4, complete the group qualification points, okay, or GQP in the chart. So group qualification points would be you and your team of people would be a group, and that would equal your purchases, okay? So again, they've got the starting ranks, achieve the rank by July, all right, and GQP. So even though they announced this at July 11th and we're almost halfway through the month, supervisor is one of those positions that I have seen people obtain, and there are different ways to get there, okay? So the first way, if you get there with 2,000 points, they're going to give you $600 guaranteed, not an additional $600, but you're going to get at least a $600 guaranteed check if you hit all of the points that they say hit. Now, if you go a little bit further and get 2,500 points, which is just a little bit more, you will get a guaranteed check of $1,000, okay? Again, not an additional $1,000, but a guaranteed check. So let's look at what they have down here. It says, what happens if my earnings are above the guaranteed check? All right, there might be distributors who excel their results and might earn more money than the guaranteed check. If that's the case, Ardyss will pay the highest amount achieved. Also, in the case that the distributors have earned money in advance due to weekly payments, this advance payment will be considered as part of the guaranteed offerings, okay? All right, so I promise you I'm going to break this down as much as I can. I've taken some time to even get these slides together. They were not easy, you guys. I'm not a tech genius, but I do my best, okay? So really quickly, what they're talking about here, let's see, when they are talking about the weekly payments. Now, the only thing that pays weekly would be your online retail sales, okay? So let's say you actually made $200 retail sale, you hit the supervisor position with all of these things here, they would add that onto the check. So let's go and look and see how this guarantee adds up. But before we jump into that, let's look at the requirements for hitting supervisor. Again, hitting supervisor requires 100 PQP, so that would be your personal purchases, not your team's, but your actual personal purchases, okay? You need at least $100 and 100 points of personal qualifying points. Also, you're gonna need 2,000 GQP, which is group purchases, okay? Also, within those group purchases, the 50% rule will apply towards the rank. So that means that no more than 1,000 points from 2 to 3 legs would be able to get you towards advancement, you guys. And this applies to every rank, okay? Make sure you check out some of the other trainings I have. Now, the things that I have in the red are not necessarily the rules that are listed in this promotion, but I think that they are important rules that you all should know about. So the 40% rule is important. There's no more than 800 points from 2 to 3 legs, okay? And also, I would say go ahead and get 4 active distributors, okay? And these will be the rules of the power start bonuses. Very, very important to make a note of as you are going for this money. And because I don't want to overcomplicate it, I probably won't talk about the 40% rule and power start, because I just want to see with this promotion what they're talking about. And as far as I know, as far as you all have heard, as far as the ring information, this is going to be my interpretation of it. Please make sure that you get clarity from your upline, call the company directly, or whatever, but this is the written interpretation of what they said, as well as the verbal, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about titles and positions, okay? Because I just want to give you all a little bit of background and set the stage, because there may be new people that says, well, what exactly is a supervisor? Well, everyone that starts the company is an advisor, okay? And an advisor literally can have 0 points, because if you start with our basic position that doesn't have any products included, you won't have any points, but you would be an advisor, okay? But once you begin to make any purchases, anyone that enrolls on any type of packs with products are advisors, okay? Now, the next position, really the first corporately earned position, is that of a coordinator, and you can get to coordinator with 700 points, okay? So $700 worth of volume. That can be between you and your team. However, this is not one of the first really paid positions as far as rank. That would really include, like Alejandro said, a substantial check that can begin to make a difference. So supervisor requires 2,000 points, okay? Now, supervisor, like Mr. Alejandro said, is one of the key positions. For me, it's a key position because it is really tied to getting to other positions. And once you're able to show people how to earn an additional $500 to $700 every single month, then you can show them how to truly maximize the comp plan all the way to the top. And you will find that the more supervisors you create will actually create new positions, okay? So very, very important. I wanted to show you guys how do we actually get to supervisor and eventually all the way up to the platinum president position, you guys. All right. So let's go ahead and tackle these rules, okay? So rule number 1 says that you need to complete your personal requirement. And I think I've done a good job of explaining that. So ask yourself, do you have 100 personal points, okay? Make sure that you have that. This is very important, not just for this promotion, but for any time that we get paid with Ardyss, because if you don't have your personal points, then you will not get a check, okay? So very, very important. Remember again that points equal dollars. Let's go ahead and go to rule number 2. Do you have at least 2 to 3 legs with less than 1,000 points? Okay, so basically, is your organization balanced? This rule is put in place because you may bring somebody in and they are a superstar or a rock star and they are rocking this business, but Ardyss says, you know what, you cannot capitalize off of one person, so your organization will need balance. Okay, so do you have at least 2 to 3 people, or legs is what we like to call them, with less than 1,000 points, because that would mean that you are in balance. So let's go ahead and take a look at this example of hitting supervisor. Okay, so as you can see right here in the green, the 100 PQP, this is you with your 100 personal points. Now Ardyss also said, which is rule number 3, you need to personally recruit 3 new distributors during July with 3 power packs for $300. Okay, so let's go ahead and see here. Again, if they started on a $300 pack, $300 should equal 300 points in most cases. Okay, so that means, yes, I have 1, 2, and 3 distributors, and they all started on the power pack and they all have $300. Okay, so now you're going to see that all of these points are adding up. Now if we were looking at you plus distributor number 1, then 300 plus 100 is 400 points. Now we can go ahead and add distributor number 2, okay, and then distributor number 3. So all of this together would actually be 1,000 points. Okay, now you've done the rules that they said, but now you're maybe asking, Millicent, where do I get the other points from? Okay, very, very important. So now the best way that I would say is to get the other points, because in this particular model of network marketing, you want to keep it very simple and you really want to duplicate yourself. Okay, you want to think of, yes, I can come in and I can spend $2,000, which, yes, you would hit supervisor with $2,000, but would you get the guarantee? Absolutely not, because there are different ways to get there. Okay, so the best thing for you to do is to duplicate yourself. So now you want to show distributor 1 how to do what they did. So if I were you, I would say, let me go ahead and see if I can get someone else to hit supervisor when I hit supervisor. Okay, so now distributor 1 and 2 have duplicated you. All right, so now you're going to add these points together. All right, so now if you guys can see, you have 1,000 points here. And now with these extra distributors, which would be your second line, okay, if that makes sense to everyone, this would give you an additional 900 points per distributor. Now, here is where it gets a little tricky with the rules here. Did you hit supervisor? Well, you need 2,000 points to hit supervisor. So let's see, did we hit supervisor and or what's missing? Okay, so here you go. That's 1,000, and then this is 900. Well, again, supervisor is 2,000 points, GQP. Okay, so the answer would be no, we did not hit supervisor. Okay, now all we need is an additional 100 points. Okay, but let's go ahead and ask this question: are you in balance with the 50% rule? All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay, now with the next slide, here's where where we're making this make a little bit more sense, I hope. Okay, again, here's your 900 points. Simply by helping distributor number 3 get a 100-point customer. Okay, you can help distributor number 3 simply get a 100-point customer. 100 points, $100. Now you have exactly 2,000 points. Okay, now you want to ask yourself, are you 50% rule qualified? Now the 50% rule, again, basically states that you cannot get more than 1,000 points from 2 to 3 distributors. Okay, right here I have this divided for you. Okay, so am I getting this 1,000 points or more from these 2 distributors? Okay, now in this total we're looking at a GQP of 2,100. So let's go back. All right, okay, so if we're looking for those 1,000 points, distributor 1, only focus on distributor 1, okay? They have 300 personal points, okay? And they also have 900 points altogether from their team. So you're gonna add this 900 points, okay, to the 300. So that's gonna be 9, 10, 11, 1,200 points. So this means that now you are over 200 points. But do they have 1,000 points or less that you can use towards rank? Yes, okay? So even though distributor 1 and distributor 2 have 1,200 points each, it's still 1,000. You still can use the 1,000 points and you're in balance. So yes, you are 50% rule qualified. So yes, you have hit supervisor, and this is going to be the guaranteed check of not quite $1,000, but $600 based off of the 2,000 GQP. Okay, now because we're going for the gusto of the $1,000, okay, let's go back and look here. Again, we understand that 1 and 2, they are giving you 1,200 points. All right, now let's go ahead and say distributor number 3. Let's go ahead and duplicate the same thing with them. So now we're going to duplicate that, right? And now they have done the same thing that distributor 1 and 2 have done. So now we're adding up all the points. This is you, 100. Plus the 3 people on your front line, your personal people, people that you personally know, okay? That would be an additional 900. Now we're looking at the people that they know that are now in your second generation, okay? And everybody has duplicated you. All we want to do is play follow the leader. Keep it simple, okay? So now each and every one of these people have 1,200 points. Is everything balanced? Yes, it is, okay? Because they're all doing the same thing. Ideally, you want to have 3 people doing the same thing at the same time, okay? To avoid any type of 50% or 40% rules. Now, do you have exactly 2,500 points? Yes, okay. You have the 2,500 points that you need, okay? And this is just a hypothetical example. There are different ways that this can work out, all right? Now, ask yourself, are you 50% rule qualified? Yes, we've already established that, okay? So now, let's go ahead and calculate this check, okay? All right. Okay, so now let's look at the potential earnings and how do we get this guaranteed check of $1,000. Again, completely hypothetical, but congratulations, by the way, you have hit supervisor, right? So the potential earnings, here's what's gonna happen. Any 30 days when you enroll 3 new distributors on a $300 pack, you will now get what's called a multiplier bonus, okay? The multiplier bonus adds up because typically any one person on a $300 pack will give you a $50 bonus, okay? But if you do 3 people, okay, within a 30-day increment, now you have multiplied it. So instead of $150, it's now $300. So ching, you have earned $300. Now, let's look at what's called personal power start, all right? Okay, let's go here. I gotta switch around a little bit, okay? So this is our power start chart, all right? Now this is basically a roadmap that's gonna help you get to where you wanna be at, all right? Now, with the power start chart, it's gonna give you a goal, okay? It's gonna give you an amount of people to get, and it's also going to give you a personal bonus and a matching bonus for anyone that you assist. So here's what's going to happen here, all right? Now, the personal goal says that you need 3 active people and 800 points, okay? Now, you will get a bonus of $50, okay? Now, let's go and see, do we have that as we're adding up our check, okay? All right, so now it says your personal power star bonus is $50. Yes, because technically you have 900 points, and the Power Start chart only required that you have 8, but you have 9. So you're going to get a $50 bonus. Now, personal Power Start match, and I do apologize for that typo there. I did not see that. Will you get a match? The answer is yes, because basically all these people have done what you have done, okay? So if we go back and look at the chart, it gives you a 100% match, okay? So this is basically, now this is your 3 people. They all did this. You helped them. Now you get a 50% match. But because you did that with 3 people, you help 3 people, you're gonna get a $150 Power Start matching bonus, okay? You all see this adding up, okay? Now, anytime you hit Supervisor, okay, or any rank, you get what's called a rank bonus, okay? Now, the rank bonus, 2,000 points, 50% rule applies here. Yes, the rank bonus is $200. So you now have also a rank bonus, all right, of $200. So let's go ahead and add up this potential check, okay? This is going to be 350, 350, all right? So that's 450, then that's 5, $700 is what I have. So according to everything, did we do all the rules? 100 points, 3 power packs, yes. Did we hit Supervisor? Is it balanced? Yes, okay. Well, if it's your first time and all of the rules are met, then you have a $700 check, okay? But yes, you also have over 2,500 points. So very much so, keep that in mind as well, that you have over 2,500 points, okay? So that's 1,000, and then this is gonna be, what is that? That is 2,000 plus, and we're looking at 2,600. Okay, so you definitely have over 2,500 points. Okay, so you guys, this is what this means when it says a guaranteed check of $1,000. All right, because you earned all of this and you earned $700, you hit all of the rules. Very important. Okay, then Ardyss should give you an additional $300 to make this a $1,000 guaranteed check. All right. So I hope that makes sense, everybody that's looking at this video. This is something that I like to break down and make sure that everybody understands. If you have more questions, definitely check out my videos. Reach out to me on social media, or find my information in the bio and we can talk about this, because the money is there and it is awesome. This is the simplest way I can explain it to where you would actually get the guarantee. Keep in mind, they also said any other bonuses. So if you happen to go over and do 6 people or 9 people, then that means that your multiplier bonus would be higher. So the more money that you earn, the more that it would take away from the guarantee. If you earned any retail money through the website, let's say you earned an additional $200 through the website and you had retail money of $200, then your check would be $900 and Ardyss would give you an additional $100 to make up the guarantee, okay? And all that getting, make sure you get understanding, okay? So I always like to make sure I understand the rules and that I make sure that you understand the rules, because if you're going to be introducing people to this business, you're going to be a leader. So don't just go by what I say, okay? Or what anybody says. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're at the top of this compensation plan. Make sure that you are being a student, okay, of this business and not just a follower, okay? So make sure that you study this information. Make sure that you know it. Make sure that you share it. And then you guys make sure that you just go to the top. So if this information was helpful, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, you guys, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you checking out this video. My name is Millicent Owens out of Atlanta, Georgia. An appointment with Ardyss has changed my life. It can do the same for you if you let it. All right, peace.